Yeah, hello. Oh, really? Oh my God. Ah, I can never get used to this. I don't know. I don't know. There is always something. Trying to restream in more than one channel is just what it is. Okay, but I'm almost there. Okay, I'm sending a link to our admins. Okay. 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 All right. I think we're good. Mm. Oh, thank you all for letting me know. So it's on now. We have it on. It's connected here so that our voice will always be good. So this is external speaker. Okay. The computer speaker, sometimes if there is noise, it might affect it. So I have this external one. I have this. So if this one is not connected, it won't work. So I have to make sure this is connected. And if I don't tap it, so that's why you may not hear me, but please always let me know, okay? It's not intentional, but thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Uh Hold on a minute. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I see everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you. We see you all. Let's see some people. So, admins, anyone can join, but before joining, please uh, be mindful of your background, okay? And have our accessories on, or at least dress up, okay? Hmm. We see you, Mr. Hassan. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing, Mr. Hassan? Greetings to you. We see you, Mother 10. Greetings to you, ma'am. How are you doing? I will see you, Miss Ogechi. How are you doing, ma'am? I will see you, Miss Oma Craft Cheese. Bye. How are you doing? Welcome. Greetings to you. Uh, we see you. Let's go there. We see you, Miss Monique. How are you doing? Welcome. We see you all. We see you, Miss Purity Mandy. How are you doing? How is your mom doing? Send my regards to mom, please. I hope she's doing well. Greetings to you, Miss Goodness. How are you doing? Greetings to you, uh, Miss Chinenye Okoye. How are you doing? Greetings, Miss Gloria Ama. Eme, how are you doing, ma'am? Anna, Abuja. Greetings, greetings, greetings. We see you all. Miss Gracie Saki, how are you doing, ma'am? Greetings to you. Uh, we see you all. We see you all. We see you all. Greetings to you, Miss Kehinde. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. We see you all. We see you all. We see you, Miss Grace. Miss Grace Ajabona. How are you doing, Miss Grace? Happy married life. How are you? How are you? How are you, Miss Grace? We'll miss the merriment. I hope it was a blast. I hope it was great. We wish you very best in your new home. Okay. May the Lord preserve, bless, and preserve your new home to His own glory. Okay. Wishing you all a fruitful and beautiful years together. Okay. We'll see you. We see you. Miss Amaka, how are you doing, ma'am? Welcome. We see you, Miss Lowell. How are you doing? Welcome. Greetings to you all and welcome to our program. We see you, Miss Rachinki Hobby. How are you doing? That's my hobby. How are you doing? Welcome, ma'am. Welcome. We see you all. We see you all. We see everyone. We see you all. I hope everyone is doing good. Happy Friday to you all and welcome to our live program. We see you, Miss Ogofavor. How are you doing, ma'am? Greetings to you and welcome. We see you, Miss Aminat. We see you, Miss Miss Ofo. hold on. Computer took it out. So, Miss Faith Obey, how are you doing, man? Welcome. We see you all. We see you all. So, welcome everybody. If I skip your name, please, yours is always more. Okay. So, welcome. This is Chris Lucci, Community Giving Life a Meaning. Our message is simple and is consistent. Give life a meaning, irrespective of who is involved. Okay. Life of every person matters. Give life a meaning in sincerity, okay? And that's what counts, okay? What we do is one, how we do it is another. And that means a lot, that counts a lot. How we giving life a meaning is one. However, how we give that life a meaning is a whole lot, okay? So we thank you all for joining. Let's sing and see how the question and answers will go. So the admins, if I can get you up, because sometimes I don't, for some reasons, I don't know. This thing, studio goes so fast. So sometimes I don't see some questions. So if any of admins can come up so that you can help me see the picture, see the questions, okay? I won't be able to go through computer and phone searching for questions at the same time. It will be a lot of distractions. Okay. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I saw something Miss Ogich posted here. Let me put it here. I don't know why, but let me just put it here, okay, so that we can take note of that. So welcome everyone. We're gonna sing. If you can translate, please. Feel free to translate, okay? All right. oke mmụọ, oke mmụọ, oke mmụọ, mmụọ niile na-asọpụrụ. Oke mmụọ ezi Chukwu, oke mmụọ, Daddy bụ oke mmụọ, mmụọ niile na-asọpụrụ. Oke mmụọ, oke mmụọ, onye nwe m ịbụ oke mmụọ, mmụọ niile na-anụ aha gị. Ezi Chukwu ịbụ oke mmụọ Chukwu, Chi Crystal Chi Community bụ oke mmụọ. Papa ịbụ oke mmụọ, mmụọ niile na-anụ aha gị. Ezi Chukwu ịbụ oke mmụọ, ezi Chukwu ịbụrụ anyị oke mmụọ. Ọkwa gị bụrụ anyị oke mmụọ, mmụọ niile na-anụ aha gị. Mmụọ niile na-akpọ isi ala enye gị Chukwu, mmụọ niile na-akpọ isi ala enye gị Chukwu ọma. Mmụọ niile na-anụ aha gị Chukwu, mmụọ niile na-asọpụrụ gị ezi Chukwu. Abịa n'ụwa niile ịbụ oke mmụọ, n'Amerịka ịbụ oke mmụọ Chukwu, n'ala Naịjirịa ịbụ oke mmụọ, mmụọ niile na-asọpụrụ gị. Na United Kingdom ịbụ oke mmụọ, na United States ịbụ oke mmụọ, n'ala Naịjirịa ịbụ oke mmụọ Chukwu, na mmụọ niile na-anụ aha gị. Mmụọ niile na-asọpụrụ gị ezi Chukwu, mmụọ niile na-asọpụrụ gị ezi Chukwu, mmụọ niile na-asọpụrụ gị ezi Chimo, mmụọ niile na-anụ aha gị. Mmụọ niile na-asọpụrụ gị Chukwu, mmụọ niile na-asọpụrụ gị Chukwu, mmụọ niile na-asọpụrụ gị Chukwu Chukwu ọma, na mmụọ niile na-anụ aha gị. N'ụwa niile ịbụ oke mmụọ Chukwu, n'ụwa niile ịbụ oke mmụọ Chukwu, oke mmụọ, mmụọ niile na-asọpụrụ. Mmụọ niile na-akpọ isi ala enye gị Chukwu, mmụọ niile na-akpọ isi ala enye gị Chukwu, nyanya na-akpọ isi ala enye gị Chukwu, mmụọ niile na-asọpụrụ. Nsogbu ha na-akpọ isi ala onye gị Chukwu ma onye gọziri mmadụ pụrụ ịkọcha ya. Jizọs ịbụ oke mmụọ, mmụọ niile na-asọpụrụ. Aha Chineke na-akpọ isi ala nye m Chukwu, ebe niile bụrụ m oke mmụọ Chukwu. Aha a na-anụ mba ya na mba niile, mmụọ niile na-asọpụrụ. Aha na-anụ na mba niile, mmụọ niile na-asọpụrụ gị ezi Chukwu. Onye nwe m ịbụ oke mmụọ, mmụọ niile na-asọpụrụ. Ijide ihe karịrị Chimenye na mụ ya ribe, ijide ihe karịrị Chukwu enye na mụ ya biko enye na m. Onye nwe m ịbụ oke mmụọ, mmụọ niile na-asọpụrụ. Oke mmụọ, oke mmụọ, oke mmụọ, mmụọ niile na-asọpụrụ. Chinjeme nganga ịbụ oke mmụọ, mmụọ niile na-asọpụrụ gị Chukwu. Abịa n'ugwula ndịda, mmụọ niile na-asọpụrụ gị Chukwu, mmụọ niile na-asọpụrụ. Aha chi m dị ebube Chukwu, aha gị dị ebube Chukwu ọma. Oke mmụọ, mmụọ niile na-asọpụrụ. Oke mmụọ, oke mmụọ, oke mmụọ, mmụọ abịawo n'iru gị nna, abịawo m n'iru gị papa, anyị abịawo site na mmụọ nsọ, anyị abịawo ịnara ike, anyị abịawo n'iru gị nna, anyị abịawo n'iru gị ezukwu, anyị abịawo site na mmụọ nsọ, anyị abịawo ịnara ike. We have come unto the Lord. We have come unto the Ebenezer. We have come through the Spirit. We have come to renew strength. Anyị abịawo n'iru gị nna, anyị abịawo n'iru gị ezukwu, anyị abịawo Chukwu ka dibịa, nna m abịawo ịnara ike. Ọlụ aka ga-abịawo, ụmụ ga-abịawo, ọlụ aka ga-abịawo, nwa ga-abịawo, anyị abịawo Chidi ebube, nna m abịawo ịnara ike. Ike m agwụgwọ bịa nye m ike, ike m agwụgwọ bịa nye m ike, ike m agwụgwọ, ike m agwụgwọ, nna m abịara m ịdọrọ ike. Bịa nye m ike n'ike m agwụgwọ Chukwu, ike m agwụgwọ, ike m agwụgwọ, ike m agwụgwọ, Chika dibịa, nna m abịawo m ịnara ike. Anyị abịawo n'iru gị nna, anyị abịawo n'iru gị ezukwu, anyị abịawo site na mmụọ nsọ, anyị abịawo ịnara ike. Bịa nye m ike n'ike m agwụgwọ, bịa nye m ike n'ike m agwụgwọ, ike m agwụgwọ, ana m akpọku gị, nna m abịawo m ịnara ike. Ọlụchi abịawo, nwa ga-abịawo, ọlụ aka ga-abịawo, ọlụchi abịawo, ọlụchi abịawo, Chika dibịa, nna m abịawo m ịnara ike. Ike m agwụgwọ, bịa nye m ike, ike m agwụgwọ, bịa nye m ike, ike m agwụgwọ, Chika dibịa, nna m abịawo m ịnara ike. Olileanya m mgbe olileanya gwụrụ, olileanya m mgbe olileanya na-adịghị, onye nwe m abịawo m Chukwu ka dibịa, nna m abịawo m ịnara ike. Bịa nye m ike n'ike m agwụgwọ, bịa nye m ike n'ike m agwụgwọ, ike m agwụgwọ, Chika dibịa, nna m abịawo m ịnara ike. Anyị abịawo n'iru gị nna, anyị abịawo n'iru gị ezukwu, anyị abịawo Chukwu ka dibịa, nna m abịawo m ịnara ike. Anyị abịawo n'iru gị nna, dadị, anyị abịawo n'iru gị ezukwu, anyị abịawo Chika dibịa, anyị abịawo ịnara ike. Bịa nye m ike n'ike m agwụgwọ, ike m agwụgwọ, bịa nye m ike. Olileanya m Chukwu dị na gị, nna m abịawo m ịnara ike. Bịa nye m ike n'ike m agwụgwọ, ike m agwụgwọ, bịa nye m ike, ike m agwụgwọ, Chinaza ekpere, nna m abịawo m ịnara ike. Chinaza ekpere, chi na-eme mma, Chinaza ekpere, chi na-eme mma, Chinaza ekpere, ike m agwụgwọ, nna m abịawo m ịnara ike. Ọlụchi abịawo, nwa ga-abịalugbo, ọlụchi abịawo, ọlụ aka ga-abịawo Chukwu, nna abịawo m ịnara ike, nna m abịawo m ịnara ike. Heavenly Father, thank you for being God. Thank you for being God. Daddy, thank you for being a faithful God. Thank you for being a true God. Thank you, Father, for being God. Thank you for the privilege to know you. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for your saving grace. Thank you for your love. Thank you for protection. Thank you, Father, for everything. Lord, I disappear and call upon you to appear. Abba, Father, I decrease in humility and call upon you, Father, to increase. In the name of you, God the Father, God the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Amen and amen. Yeah, Mr. Ogechi, before I can let you on, be mindful of your background. So before coming in, you can come in with audio, please, before I can let you in again. The environment is noisy. And meanwhile, I use this opportunity to apologize for what happened yesterday. I wasn't hearing the background because my own volume was muted. So I couldn't hear you all, but you all could hear me. So the entire noise, almost all through the live program yesterday, I didn't hear that. And I'm not sure why, our admins on live couldn't identify that. I sincerely apologize because I rewatched the program. I always rewatch live programs. Most often when we come here, we allow it to go natural. So many often a lot unplanned. So I always go back to watch the live program. And when I watched the live program yesterday, I heard a lot. It was chaotic. And I really apologized, and I will ensure, it does not happen again to such extent. So I have to be careful once I come in. I try to make sure I can be heard. I mean, I can hear, the community so that when such thing comes up, I can, stop it or call attention to that before it gets to such extent. So please, if you watch live program of
yesterday,
Mr. Ogechi, mute yourself. If you watch live program of yesterday, you may not. Mr. Ogechi, I can't see you. I can only see the dark stuff. I need to see you. So if you watch the live program, it was noisy place. I wasn't aware of that on time. So our apologies, okay? Mr. Ogechi, what's going on? You might leave and come back and I can't see you. Okay. Okay, so the what we have today is question and answer. We really don't have we really don't have we still have a lot to do, but I just feel it's important to follow up with you know other things through questions and answers. So we are on question and answer. If you have any question or anything, please feel free. Okay. So we're gonna do questions and answers. So, oh, is it my network or your network? Okay. So, Mr. Ogechi, if you can see any question, please call my attention. Mr. Ogechi, if you can see any question, call my attention. Okay. All right. So, before that, we can proceed. So, uh, meanwhile, we've started dispatching the support, the community supports uh, along the line. Usually I don't use community account to send, this like multiple. So for some reasons, you know, I started encountering challenges and eventually they said I exceeded the limits. I didn't I can't understand the limits because we've done more than that. So I don't know where exceeding the limits came from. So, but I've already sent messages. So by tomorrow I should be able to complete it. I think we have just 3 persons left. Okay. So please, by tomorrow you all will get the remaining ones. Okay. So we on question and answer, or questions and answers, whichever way. Okay. Questions and answer. If you have your questions, concerns, suggestions, whatever it is, lend your voice through that, and then we'll be able to follow that up. Okay. We praise God. Thank you, my hubby. We praise God. That's our submission. We give God all the glory. Thank you too. And thank you for being there for humanity. It's not one person thing, it's a collective effort. It's a collective effort. So thank you for your genuine spirit. Thank you for being all out for humanity. That means a lot, So it's all of our it's all about the collective effort, team efforts. One person cannot do it. Charity, one person, it is impossible. If one person runs it, then it's a different thing. Organization, that's why it's an organization. So we return every glory to God. We do not take that glory. That glory belongs to God and Him alone. And we thank Him for being present, for finding us worthy to be, to be present. And we thank Him for prayer answered because I believe that's what happened was actually prayer answered. And we are thankful. We are grateful to God. So, Gechi, how come you that light pass me, come dark for this online pass me? Please, I know light reach like this. Now, this is my light. You know that light at the back, I pull it here. So that's what is brightening up. It's now made me so Gechi, like I could even barely see her, but I could see her wall. The white wall, but I can't see. I could barely see her. Miss Ogechi, I just want to mess with you. Anyways, so that's what happens when we don't have work to do. When we come for question and answer, when we don't have when we don't have teaching to teach, that's what happens. You will see every distraction. So so all joy, right? When are you coming to Nigeria again? Okay, question has already even started and I'm here cracking jokes. Okay, so when are you coming to Nigeria? Well, we will see. We'll see. But I just got back. I just got back with family. So we will see to his glory. Okay. It's uh it's not far-fetched. It's not 5 years time. For sure, it's not 5 years time. It can't get to 5 years time, but we will see. Okay. I can't wait. I really can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. We'll see how it goes as the spirit directs. I don't want to say anything because I might say that it will when we get there, it will be something else, and then I will now come back to do damage control. So it's better I don't talk until then because sometimes this spirit of they sometimes this thing I don't know. So, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, but for sure, I'm pretty sure it won't get to 5 years. Yeah, but we'll see how it goes. But am I coming this year? No. Am I coming next year? I don't know yet. 2 years time? I don't know yet. 3 years time? I don't know yet. 4 years time? Don't think so. 5 years? I need to come and eat again and add up again and come back here and start whining. Anyways, okay. So let's see. Questions are going. Let's see.
Somebody asked a question.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking for it. Yeah, what's the question?
Somebody
Read the question. I'm looking for it. There are a lot of comments, so I'm looking. What's the read the question. What is the question?
some question.
Can't she hear me?
When are we hosting you in Lagos State? When are we hosting you in Lagos? When are we hosting you in Lagos State?
Okay. When are you hosting me in Lagos State? Okay. I have to
When
be
are
serious.
we hosting you in
I
Lagos
got it.
State?
I got it. I
Charity.
got it. When? Let me look for the question.
When are we hosting
Okay,
you
okay,
in
okay,
Lagos State? It's Charity Initiative.
okay. So when are we hosting you in Lagos State? Okay. Ah, the honest truth. The only time. Okay, we saw that you have answered. So mute, mute. Let me respond. Let me respond. Okay. The honest truth is that I am not that person of Lagos. That is the honest truth. Naturally, Lagos is I love Lagos, is the echo, but for some reasons Lagos is uh too crowded for my liking. Okay. However, naturally, I don't know. However, nature has made it the way it has made it by looking at small me to be the founder of this mighty organization. And uh, for that reason, it's no longer about me. It's no longer about me. Uh, it is what it is. So definitely, I use Abuja. Abuja is, kind of more or less busy, So with the airports, it's more calm, it's more okay. That's for me. I don't know of others. That's for me, okay. But because it is what it is, right? Definitely, nature has made it to be so, and I don't have option. By the grace of God, if I fail it in my next trip, if I fail it in my next trip, okay, by the second one, I will not, it will be a priority, okay. I don't know of my next trip, but if I miss it, my next trip, okay, by His grace, by, you know, next after that, it will be a priority. I just have to go take Lagos routes. But now we have community there. I can now plan better. Okay, I can now plan better. Yeah. So that would be my response. Is that a fair response? Ms. Ogeji, do you think is a fair response? Let me see. Let's see. Let's see. In Lagos, okay. Yeah, I think I've responded to that. Yes. Oh, what inspires you to give? Maybe you can rephrase this. I don't think I understand the question. Let me see. What I inspire you to give? Well, I think maybe what inspires me to give. uh,
No, it's not.
eh?
No,
Eh? No, it won't be 5 years. Definitely, it won't be 5 years. No, it will not be five
okay.
years. I promise by His grace. Okay. Yeah, as long as God live, it will not be 5 years. I am just saying that it won't be up to five. It won't. It won't. It won't even be. But then, because I'm not sure, okay, but for sure, it won't be 5 years. No. So get your background is noisy. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's see the question. Mr. Gage, do you see any question? We plenty, no be Lagos fan. I know we have big stand. I know we have a strong, in Lagos, strong uh uh what will be the word? I know and I respect that. Like I said, it's no longer all about me. It's no longer about me. Me. If you ask me before now, oh, when will you do Lagos? I'll be like, oh no, that will just it will just be a direct answer. Oh no, I love it as they cool, but nope, it's too busy. My like, it's but it is what it is. Whether I like it or not, I will. Okay, if I'm unable to make it in the next trip by the order, no, but my next trip, we will see. Okay, I have to work towards it. I have to work towards it. But if it fails by the next one, it will be a priority. I must go through Lagos. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have no choice. I don't have choice. Yeah. Yeah. If I tell you of my experience with Lagos, if I tell you of my experience with Lagos, you won't believe it. Lagos is a place. So there was a time I visited, I can't remember the place, but I went from Aja to the place. Is it Aja? Yeah, to the place. Is it Aja? I can't even remember. I can't even, yeah, Aja, I think, yeah. To a place, I can't remember the name of the place. And I stopped somewhere. And, I told them I was stop. I was waiting for them to stop. They were still going. And guess what? Hell Lord. Like you have to jump while the vehicle is going. And I experienced that multiple. So when I now share the experience, they say yes, once you get there, the vehicle will not completely stop. You have to go down. And it's just ooh. Yeah. However, it's about planning. This experience was experienced before marriage, okay? It was experienced before marriage, so and then during my interview and everything, yeah, I have my cousin. Then we go, he would drop me off, and then one of the days I finished on time. I have to transport. I entered several vehicles. It was I will say something, but not. It's not coming, from a wrong place. I used to say, not for the indigenous. I love the indigenous, not for the indigenous, but for both every tribe that's made up just Lagos. I always say "Obodo m n'ala." Miss Ogechi, did you hear what I said? Eh? Did you hear what I said, Miss Ogechi? Let me go down. Miss Ogechi, can you hear me? That's the way I used to. I have friends there, once, even my sister-in-law that used to be there, I never. So once you just say, I will say, if you said it in Lagos, I will say, oh Lord,
Yes,
ooh.
I heard you.
I will say, oh Lord, ooh, Lagos is too just crowded to my liking. I will say, Lagos, Obodo Ndala. The only Obodo where vehicle will be going, you must jump down to stop. If you don't, that damn phone will not stop. Ooh. And then if people are riding is, ooh. However, like I said, I will be there. I will be there. And I am glad to be there. Okay. So, okay, we gonna go Abuja. No, you all will not go Abuja. No, 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 no. All of you people are more than me. So I have to come down to Lagos. I have to come over. Okay, I have to come over to Lagos. Then maybe once in a while, yeah, if it needs be, yeah, we'll see. But majority, unless maybe if we are doing something in Abuja, but just for me traveling, I have to. I have to. Abuja should be there. Yeah, my route is Abuja, so definitely, I'm pretty sure that I will definitely, see more of Abuja because that's my route. The airport is so peaceful. Abuja Airport, the international airport, is just so and now is even more peaceful. Oh my, it's just so peaceful. Yeah, but Lagos definitely I will. So let's see this question. What would you say to those who keep holding on to their past, not realizing that the future will still hold so much for them? Past is not a place to live. Never, never, never. It's not a place to live. However, is an asset. There is no regret with the past. Never regret the past. Past is a big asset. The experience you acquired in the past, if someone of your age, okay, do not have that experience, that person can handle life the way you will handle life. So the past, there is no regret with past. The reason is because it's a big asset. Okay? is priceless. As long as you survived it to get to the present, that's a big asset. And everything in the past, in your past, remember you are the author. So you got it and can never repeat any mistakes. If people maybe used to take advantage of you in the past, it can never occur again. But someone without that experience and they haven't gotten to a certain stage in life, right? That person can still directly or indirectly, taken advantage of because of that lack of experience. And that is why a lot of people have to either read, either research, either to do a lot of stuff so that you can learn from people's experience instead of repeating the same past mistake of people. So past, there is no regrets. Though it sometimes maybe it hurts or might hurt, but never regret it is a big asset. Past experience is a big, I tell you, is a big time asset. Is a big asset. And if we are thankful, or we should be thankful, maybe when it happens in the past, maybe you are pretty much nobody, that it didn't cost you maybe things you have already built, but just what you encounter along life journey. So please, past is an asset. Look up what the meaning of asset is. Past, take it as an asset. It's no regrets with the past. Do not regret the past. It's so past, and many often is something people have to go and research. How does it feel when you get yourself this decision? But the original author, right? The original source can share how it feels. And that is why we always say that not every temptation or life challenges that come to people to destroy people. Some just come so that God might just place things, something tough in your life, just because He's taking you somewhere. And you have to have that direct experience. You have to have that direct experience. And there will be where maybe you must have gotten in life, you'll be like, oh, okay, I see. That means if I didn't have this experience, I wouldn't have, been able to handle this. Or maybe if I didn't have this experience, maybe if people are talking this, I'll be like, what are they talking about? Are they coming down from from Jupiter? You'd be like, are we not this? What are they talking? So sometimes God might intentionally allow things to happen to you because He's taking you somewhere. And part of the reason is to prepare you for the journey ahead. So have your past experience, whether ugly, whatever it is, just have it as an asset. Okay? Nothing, if it is wrong, ugly, never regret it. It's an asset. It's a badge. Put it here. What you make with that badge is what matters, not really that badge. If you have that badge and they don't implement what that badge represents, then it becomes a camouflage. But if you have that badge and it becomes a big symbol, right, that you use it to make impact, use it to do stuff, yeah, that's what counts. And just have it like a bald eagle. Okay, have it with pride. If it is wrong, not because we're proud of past, but it's an asset so that we can make a mighty future. So thank you. I hope that helps. Okay. Anywhere you go, we go come. I'm honored. Thank you. But I will come where you all are. Okay, anywhere you all are, I will come there. Anywhere, even in Ajegule, I will come there.
Somebody asked a question.
Hold on, let me see this question. Not realizing. Okay, we've answered it. Yeah. Yeah, Miss Ogechi, go ahead. I'm listening, Miss Ogechi. What is this question? He says, so this is our Nigeria,
He
they
said,
pursue abroad
man,
babes.
how do you manage work, family? How do you manage work, family, and being a listener?
Let me see. Hold on, Misogechi. I will take this one. So, Misogechi, what's that question again? Misogechi, what is the question? Okay. I think how do you manage work, family, and organization, and all of that? Maybe also become an author, and all of those, and plus business. I equally do. So, what I will say, eh? Okay, so what I will say is about intentionality. Is about intentionality. Uh, I've read many good books. That's number one. Number two, I have a winning spirit. I believe my upbringing played its own role, and a lot of factors played their role. I've been into many trainings, even when I was in Nigeria, including I've been into different leadership trainings, including paramilitary trainings, which is with along with military trainings, both in the classroom and in the field. And that was in Nigeria. And just like I said, every experience in life counts. Every experience. That's why they say the past. The past, be it good or bad, is a big time asset. So many things contributed to my winning spirit. And plus, I am someone that whatever I am passionate about, nothing stops it. All you can see from me is how can I do this? It's not maybe how big or how this. I would rather be doing it, um, be like, oh my gosh, oh Lord, ooh, oh my. But my eyes will be on the ball. I have a goals I wrote in 2020, and I say by year 2025, I should have accomplished that goal, including this book and multiple things. And everything I put on those books, when you put your goals, it's not a must that you will accomplish it, but by that year you will review and see the ones you were able to accomplish and the ones, like next goal. And when we reviewed the book, when we reviewed those goals, two of my greatest challenges, or out of those, or two of my greatest fears, one, I have done it, and that is the book. Two, I am on that journey now. This particular initiative was as of that time was 5 to 10 years time, and it falls within that 5 years. So I think what is left is opening the school. I think that is what is left. And opening the school from that 2020 is 10 years. It may not happen from that 2020 to that 10 years, but I am on the journey of it. I am on that journey. So what inspires me is that I believe I have more to offer in life, and I keep seeing God's hands in any direction I turn. The grace keeps coming, the life problem solving. A lot of people still look up to me for great things, So a lot are my motivations, but above all, I have that self-motivation. And like I said, I just strongly believe that I have more to offer. The ones that don't know how, I am in the journey of how. And I've told you, I don't play with schedules. Those schedules, is it always smooth? No. Do I always meet up to those? No. Many of them I'm behind the schedule. I struggle. So there are some days it might cost me some nights, So I've been doing that. I'm there on it. And above all, I have a super supportive family. I have a super supportive family. And it goes a long way. From my husband, my little ones, my siblings, my friends, my circle. So I have my supportive system is very strong. Because for you to be positive to an extent, you have to watch your circle. You have to watch your circle, because all these things, even all this inspiration, it has to do with this. If here is not intact, emotions will mess with you, because there will be a time it will be so crowded, so like, yeah. So it's a whole lot. And they both onye nwere Chukwu nwere ha. Onye nwere Chukwu nwere ha. Onye nwere Chukwu ihe kọrọ ya. Onye nwere Chukwu ihe kọrọ ya. Onye nwere Chukwu a nwere ihe. Onye nwere Chukwu nwere ihe. Ezukwu mo amamase amase. That ends it. What am I trying to say? Sometimes I can use song to express it all. One with God is majority. Sometimes the strengths and some inspirations and all of those, they are beyond me. But one thing is certain. It's not because I am perfect. It's not because I am special. But I have God. And when I say I have God, I genuinely have God. I genuinely have God. And this settles it all. Because some I will even look and say, how come? Like, how come? Some I don't even know how I jump past. I don't even know how I don't even know how I even survive some. So it has a lot also to do with his spirituality. I hope I answered your question. So let's say this one. Tell me more about your dad. I'm always inspired by the way. If I come to this, I'm always inspired by the way you talk about him, teachers and more. Okay, if I get on this topic, I won't be able to answer the rest, because I am also inspired by my. If I'm also inspired, so if I get there, if I get there, I won't answer no questions. So let's attend to other questions. If I have time, I will come there. The best thing that happened to me in this life is that I've eventually written a book about my dad, and you all still stay tuned. Okay. We are a lot at cooking. Okay. And God is also setting people. People have reviewed that book and said it's a very great book. And they are trying to get they are trying to just make that book, because as first author the book might be limited, so they are trying to see a way to help it, because they've seen different places has reviewed the contents of that book and they found it worthy. But we will see. I think maybe by the end of November we'll see. Sometimes I am more inspired with actions than just talking, especially when it's tough and complicated. I go not talking because that's when I hear work more, So we'll see how it goes. So let's see, let's go to the questions, okay? Miss Ogechi, if you have anyone, you can unmute and tell me. Yeah, thank you. It's overcrowded. Sometimes just because of the sensitivity of diversity, I try to be careful. But even before getting married, I said, I'm not going to even marry someone that is Lagos. And then I was like, if I marry someone that is Lagos, I don't know. But I'm like, to that extent that I don't know how I will survive there. I'm grateful in all. However, I believe if eventually maybe God, if He had placed me there, I will still have, survived it. So let's see. Miss Ogechi, what question? You've been laughing and laughing, non-stopping. Tell the question, share the question. Queen Mother, yes.
Okay, can you hear me? He said you once shared during your live program that you visited a prison while in secondary school. I would love to ask, at such a young age, what inspired you to take that bold step without fear or worrying about the outcome?
Okay, thank you very much. Very outstanding. And I repeat again, okay, I visited prison when I was either in SS1 or SS2 for the first time. And the history is there, okay? Now, what inspired me, okay? One, my dad is very charitable, okay? My family is very charitable. So I believe because I told you all some certain things, I used to do. Now, on the side of that, it was along the line during one of the Easter, we call it Stations of the Cross in Igbo, Ngayari in Kobe, okay? So, no, either Stations of the Cross or church. You know the way they say God, the gospel, right? So the same way I went to church like others, and there was this gospel that said, when I was in the prison, there is a place they were saying it. When I was in the prison, you did not visit me. When I was in the hospital, you didn't visit me. You know that verse. And then either Peter or something, I think during the gospel, I'm now asked, Lord, when were you in the prison that I did not visit you? And when were you at the hospital, something like that? And then he responded and said, whatever you do to the least of your brothers, that you do unto me. You see, every person has a way they receive something. This changed everything. It was just gospel that others go to church and hear. It's the same gospel I went. Now, me, I was like, okay, that synced. That gospel synced in me. I do not see the prison is a scary, what prison is, I'm like you said that's such young age. And when I went, because I was also afraid, at that age, you go with my dad, militant, you see me, like, so I was, a scary place where we used to think is just place only criminals go, right? But it's not so. But that ministry that came to me, it was ministered to me, it came to me, it dwells. It came and dwelled, right? And to me, I was like, oh, as a child's heart, okay, that's those people in the prison, if you go to visit them, that you have visited me. Lord says, if you go there, that's whatever you do to the least of your brothers. So whatever you do to them, that you have done it. So what he was speaking in parables. So it means going to visit those people in the prison means you have visited God. That means I have pleased God. Oh my. I took this. During then, I was in the hostel. I started saving. And that was around, I think that first one was around Easter. So, that Easter, that thing kept coming. Whatever you do, when I was in the prison, And he was telling either Peter or something, or the brethren, in the Bible, that you didn't visit me. And then they kept asking him, Lord, when were you there that I did not visit? And he kept repeating, because whatever you do to the least of your brethren, okay, that you do unto me. Ooh, what gospel? Like what gospel? That was my inspiration. And you see that inspiration, nothing could have stopped it. It's either do it or do it. The only thing is that I have to find how to do it so that my parents will not see me going to prison. It's understandable. Maybe they see me going to the hospital, right? Because I used to go to hospital then, around the same age. It's okay, they see me giving things to people outside. Those ones I was doing those ones. But this of prison got me. I was like, because for me, it's just a place of criminal life. And that was it. And the day I came there, if you all see, because they thought maybe someone, it was a setup. And they the same question. What's a small child like this? What, triggered? What made you? I said, this is a promise. What I promised God, I'm there. I'm here to fulfill it. So they would take me here. They would say, so along the line, they saw the confidence, and then they say, who did you? I said, I don't know anybody. Who are, I said, I don't even want to see them, because when I see the downfall of people, that's where my emotional nature overwhelms me. I don't like seeing, painful part of people. It's gets, that's that's where my emotion, this gets like, okay. So I told them I don't want to see them, because I just want to live that gospel. And so eventually they took me, after everything, I've like more than different here and here. I wrote my name and did all of those. And what did I buy? Bread, a cabin biscuits, peanut, money I saved from secondary school, your parent gave you, and then whatever I saved. So what was, I saved, but I was able to get all these things. And eventually they took me to the control, and it was like, what, the same way, what, small, like what he said he wants to know. And I say the same thing I said, that this is this and this and this is how I receive it, that so it's not just that they are criminal, but what, so me is something they say to please God. I want to visit him, not just, I'm the man. The man was equally inspired. And this man looked at me and said, people that they will see you, they will take your purse, and today you came, and that man, okay, prayed for me, seriously prayed for me, that you will not lack, that, he blessed me, and eventually gave me his number. Say, anytime in future, anything, if you need the help or anything, say, call this number. Okay, call me. And he told me that you will not suffer. It is not suffer, that you will not lack. Like all these prayers that might come later to meet you. And eventually he received, I thank him. They were still, because I was still, and then I was skinny and looking well and all, so it was, and eventually, after everything, I left. The second time again, around the season, and I came and I put, one or two persons, remember me, and they were like, yeah, it is. Because they thought I was in Legion of Mary, like Catholic, and I said, no. So it was like a mystery. But they were inspired, and they couldn't believe it. So whenever I comes, and then they know. And after I got married, when I got my husband, I told my husband, I said, I used to go to prison. He was like, who is there? I said, nobody. And I shared it with him. He was like, wow, And then when I got married, after the stuff, and then there comes Valentine. I told my mother, and I said, I'm going to prison, and all of those, I started telling them on time. So these are the things I do, so that maybe it will now not be after marriage. I will be, so I started saying those. So every person got used to it. So that day it was one of my cousins, my husband's cousin, okay, went there with me. And we came, we bought things, and we went there. So that's how I visited prison. It was gospel. That when I was in the prison, he was telling the congregation, the same way you will come to church, say you didn't do that. But the spirits received it, transformed me with that message, and I visited prison. Even though I told them I don't want to see, they say no, that I will see. I still insisted I don't want to see. They say, please, so that they can come and see a small child girl like you. They said, if you see them, you won't believe. That is not those kind, that they know the people they will bring for me. That these people, if you see them, you won't believe they are in the prison. I said, that when they came, you will think they are workers. You won't believe it. And they were like, these people also prayed and prayed and prayed for me that very day. They thanked me, and that was where the fear of, if I come and maybe I don't want to see them because of maybe their condition, and it will forever live in my memories. So when I come, they will call certain people, they will come, and so yeah, that was how I visited prison for the first time. So that was what inspired me. And I didn't take money from anybody. It's from my pocket money, secondary school pocket money. I saved bit by bit, saved bit by bit, you know, and was able to live that gospel. Miss Ogechi, what's another question? Miss Ogechi, what is another question? And now, there is another song. Whatsoever you do to the least of your brothers, that you do unto me. And now, when I was hungry, you gave me to eat. So when you are looking for God to come from heaven, okay, when you are looking for him, when he says, when I was hungry, you gave me to eat.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
You
please.
said you want. Okay, no.
So get your environment will so get you. You can copy the question, send it. Send me the question on zonal admin. I can, maybe if that's easy for you.
He said, Ma, I have come to understand. What is that?
Go ahead. Give me a minute. Please give me a minute. Yeah, hello. Miss Ogechi, what's the question? What is the question? Miss Ogechi, what is the question? Do you have the question? What is the question? He does want moment. Okay. What is the
Okay,
question?
Ma, I have come to understand that some challenges in life come either as a blessing.
Miss Ogechi, that's not a question. Just give me a question. That's just a
Ma,
comment.
I have
Give
come
me a
to
question.
understand that some challenges in life come either as a blessing or as a lesson. Please, could you throw more light on this so that people can better understand what it truly means?
Okay, hold on. Yeah, please, my apologies. So I needed to attend to something. Yeah, okay. You once said during your life program that you visited a prison while in secondary school. I would love to know such a young age. Okay, I think I've responded to that. So, what other question? Miss Ogechi, so go ahead. Okay, so the question is you asked something. Okay, blessing in disguise. Maybe that might be a different topic. But let me give you all example. Let me give you all example. For example, okay, let's say something happens to you, okay? Okay, let me use the example now. Last year, I told you all, right? Uh, when I took leave and I was feeling like I wasn't feeling okay. I know I was feeling both tired, like exhausted. Yes, I understand. I wasn't, sleeping enough. Go 2 days to even 3 days, like non-sleep. So I said all of those, right? And that those were the time I incorporated a lot of things into my already existing schedules, right? It was when I came to also know this community and the individuals, and for people working in the community, you have to kind of get. So it was a whole lot along the side of my other existing, okay, routines. Now, consciously, unconsciously, I was going through, like, it was a lot. It was a lot. I was going through a lot of stress and all that. And it got to a point, morning, daytime is not enough. One night is not enough. 24 hours wasn't enough. 48 hours is a struggle. And now there was something that happened. And what happened was uh it was so overwhelming that I took a 1 month leave. Okay. And then after that leave, I was still something wasn't, and I'm like, and the last time I went for my this thing then was before COVID. After COVID, every person kind of became some, skeptical. I'm also one of them, right? And eventually I was there. I was like, okay, before I resume, let me go to my physical that I haven't been for over the years. Let me also go so that I will make sure, everything is okay, because this is not before I will now get back, and, and I did. And that was when I got there. They did all the, annual, they would do every all round test. And then by the next day, I got a call very early, and it was my doctor, and they said, "Hey, Miss Obi, I need you to be in the next emergency room." I was like, "Oh Lord," I said, "Am I dying?" That was my question. I was like, "Oh Lord," I said, "Am I dying?" So doctor was like, "Oh, no, 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 no." He said, "Your iron is so low." And he said it's so low that you can pass out. I was like, "Oh my gosh." And then I was like, okay, oh, it has been a while. I took my vitamins. I said it was like, I've been so stressed, so like it's like you giving and giving and giving without paying attention on you is all about. So I'm like, oh my, right? And so I was like, okay, what of is every other thing? He said every other thing is good, but then he said because this low iron can lead to other things. So please, this needs to be addressed. I said, and he said it's not like making an appointment that you need to be on emergency room. That is so low that you need to be on emergency room. I was like, wow. So someone's iron level that's supposed to be around, I'm being honest, I mean, that's okay by me. Okay, God put me to this journey, and it's okay if I feel like I'm fine. Okay, so iron that's supposed to be at least at 11, mine was the two they took. One was 5 points, around 5 points, close to 6. I think 5.9 point something. Then one was 6.3 or something like that. So it was low, something that at least supposed to be around 11. By 11, yeah, you can do vitamin, but then it was that low. So it was like, And that's why, when I did training, I told parents, I told, moms, I said, you all need to do all this, you all need to do that. Because guess what? All these things you hear someone, they say they slum and do this. That could be low iron. That could be iron deficiency. And the only thing that saved me, because at the end of the day, doctor was like, I don't know you, because he was like, even the day I saw you, we are like all going, all, and he said, whatever you are doing is excellent, because it takes something like extraordinary to still be so energetic at that low level of iron. Because at that level, you should have been like like so worn out, like no energy. But me, I was full of energy. But guess what? In as much as I still feel the tired and all of those, but I refuse to give up to my workout, because that's what's like, after doing it, my head, it clears off. So for me, is my own stress therapy or stress mechanism, you know. So it's my own stress-free mechanism. Okay. And they eventually, doctor said it was, that I'm doing, like, it was, excellent and all of that. So I believe it was maybe because I was doing it, so the small that was there was still able to spread around, right, go through the arteries and all that. Now, so why is that thing that happens to me a blessing in disguise? Had it been, I didn't have those feelings, maybe I couldn't have gone to the hospital. Maybe I wouldn't have done that my schedule. Maybe I wouldn't even have stopped and say, hey, I have to go for leave. I need some, break. You see that? And then you will keep pushing and pushing and pushing until one day you will hear the person slump. You see that? So that's blessing in disguise. And that is why I always tell people, when something happens to you, don't see that in a negative way. When anything happens to you, God loves you so much. Like when something happened, okay, that you still have an opportunity to make an amendment. God loves you so much, because God will communicate to people in different ways. God saves who, like, if God has interest, he will do if you see, like me, if you see you are not slowing down, like no matter anything that will happen, you are not stopping. He can use that thing to stop you. You see that? And by then, you don't know that this is to call attention of something that is about to mess up a lot of things for you. That's a blessing in disguise. You see that? So stuff like this is a blessing in disguise. Okay? And for example, now, let me just slightly touch this of May. Okay? Queen May. You see what came, even though at the end of the day, there was a huge price of a child. We don't wish nobody that. But eventually, it is obvious that the man he has been living with over the years does not actually deserve, is sensitive, but that's pure, does not actually deserve the lady. And this lady could have been busy building in an empty foundation, building and building and building to the old, and could have just regretted life to its, and even nobody, like everything she could, because she was Libra, couldn't have even actually, like, you know what I mean. So what happens to her has to go so hard in order to, yeah, it is what it is. Some challenges are, blessings in disguise. Many things that came, okay, to put you off the way, they are actually the things that can, okay, reshape you and get you, she married at a young age and maybe didn't put a lot of things into considerations, right? And didn't do maybe so many red flags, and you know what I mean? And unfortunately has been giving it, we all can see, giving all this beautiful everything, all to a person that do not have single value for you. And you don't know the cry of this lady morning in and out. And if God didn't allow that child to come in, maybe she would have been there. And they, everything going in the way it was going in behind the stuff. And this lady would still be nowhere. There is option. Maybe he might do that and have a different family the way, but there is a reason why, God did it like that. Whoever God, they say, whoever he wants to save, he will go it all round. So I see that as a blessing in disguise, because obviously, ihe rụrụ arụ na-asọchi ime oyi, ihe rụrụ arụ na-asọchi ime oyi. You don't wish nobody that. And this is something this lady has been, because you could see the man's character. In the midst of everything, you could see the man's real character. That's big time blessings in disguise. I don't know if I answered your question. So let's go. Miss Ogechi, come back and get me questions. Okay. What are the questions? Let's see. I believe I've thrown more lights. Okay, I believe that. But then if you all still want it more, then we make it to be a topic. Okay. Let's see. Miss Ogechi, where are you? Okay. How do you get kids to cultivate the habit of reading without always compelling them to? Okay, there are different ways you can do that. Let me share with you what I did during the summer. Okay, I have my good books. My kids have their own library. Okay, their library is more of a kids books, like books of their age. Okay, and then here, more of what I have here is advanced books. Okay, now what I did during the summer, I challenged them. I did book challenge. Okay, where I said, how many books can you read this summer? And one of them says, oh, maybe I can read 25 books. I said, and the books you will read will be, I said, and then I told them, if you read them, you will earn a prize. Okay. I can pay you for reading a good book, but I cannot pay you for doing a chore. Do you see that? Your chores is a responsibility, but I can reward you. I can reward you for reading a book. You see that? Because you are cultivating that habit. My kids, their book, they read. They read. Okay. Also, I started on time, and I built at each of their stages. I built library. Library is not like this. Like there was a time I have maybe just 3 steps, 3 baby. This stuff you will buy. Baby libraries from little, and then I kept transitioning it. I kept transitioning until I think 2021. I now built like this kind of mine in their study room. Okay. But I have been doing, something you say age appropriate. When they were crawling, I have this thing that you can crawl and go get book. Okay. And then I formed the habit of, reading time for them. Okay. I do that. So now, even if I'm busy, the child can now crawl, go there, take the book and be, opening it and all of that and all of that. So let's come out of there. Now, what I did during the summer, I said, so one said he can read 25. I said 25, and that was like, if you can read 25, I said, I will gift you $50. Anything you will want to use for it. Okay, you can use it to buy, like request for toy. Okay, anything of your favorites. And then, like that's how I did it. And then one said he will read the 14 or 13, and one said he will read 20. Okay, and guess what? They read those books, and I rewarded them. One, I got him this keyboard that has lights. I got him these big headsets. Okay, that's when he's studying. He can put it and it's wireless. He can connect it if he's listening to his assignments and all of that. Okay. And then I got him, there is something else he needed, okay? I rewarded him, and what I rewarded him for was able to get all those. And the other one wanted a drone, okay? And he read the 13 books, and I got him a drone. The drone has to be within a particular price, and you will get it. And now, one, he wanted to get a drone too, okay? But because he read 25 books, okay, and then one of the siblings, one of his siblings now say, Mom, I don't think it's fair to him that he read this number of books and he's getting just so amount. And when they said that, and that's true, and that was like, and he said, okay, these are that is close to his. And then I said, okay, if you read up to that, I will reward you with $70. And that $70, anything you want to buy with it, okay, it will be there. And that one, he likes to bake all these cookies and all of that. He was like, okay, he will use it to, hold on, let me show you something. Hold on. So this is being practical, okay? I will show you all. I can't hear you, really? You can't hear me? Hold on. You can still hear me. Everything is fine here. So let me show you all. Hold on. You all can see. Can you all see? Can you all see? Can you all see? Okay. All right. Be careful. Yeah, be careful. Thank you. Okay. Now, that one red book, okay? Ordinarily, I will not have to buy all these things and all these. He has to make use of the already existing one, like what we have at home, right? To bake all those. But he read the book and then he said he wants to use it to buy his cookie stuff, all those he used to do cookies. On the Father's Day, he was the one that made Father's Day cake for us, for Daddy. Okay? So I said, okay. And to buy those things, the day we went to shop, all these small, that's it. In fact, even I rewarded others. But he said he wanted the drone. But then he said, oh, I needed my this, and this is my opportunity. And we went to the store. I took time to go with him. We are searching. He wrote his list and everything. It shouldn't exceed that amount. Then, if it is less, right, I will give him the money. He's not going to spend the money anywhere without my consent. No, because I don't do money, but they earn it. So you can use this to encourage it. Okay? Now, at the end of the day, we have $1 left. Okay? And that's $1. He was like, okay, I should just keep it until he needs it. Because at the time, he was like, okay, Mommy, you can keep it. I said, no, I'm not keeping it. Okay? You work so hard for this. 25 advanced books is no joke. Now, you made them to read, not just to read, to discover why you reward them. You see that? So, a way you can encourage them would be, okay, you can get some books and tell your child, if you're able to read these books, because I told them you have to finish that book before the sun runs out. And these we are along the side of our busy summer schedule. There was a day my kid, and if you see the way they were reading, I wasn't reminding them. It's no longer like our usual reminder. They were reading. If we are driving out, they will be in the car. This person, I was like, wow. Before then, they will read like the stuff they want to read. But then I want them to read. And some of those books, we've read them together. But I want them to read. And what I used to do is 10 minutes a day. Oh, they can read their books at their time, but all the good books, they read it 10 minutes a day for me. But this time, then I will have to remind them, make sure you read it and then you log it. But with this, I didn't talk about book this summer, and it was amazing. So you can adopt it. You can give to your child. And there was one parent also that was having issues with the daughter, and she talked to me about that. And that was before COVID. That was 2020, before the peak of it. I think I've shared it here. I gifted that girl the book called Highly Effective Kids. Teen, the teenager. Do you know I was invited in that girl's party a few months ago? That girl made 3.9 whatever it is GPA. And she got scholarship to go to university free. Every child is a genius. And what I told the mom, I said, when you gift her this, promise her after reading this, okay, she will earn $20. I said, okay, I was actually the one that promised her the $20, but I told the mom, you can start. I said, she will start discovering what you are talking by herself. You don't just use your regular knowledge. You don't, your regular knowledge will, there will be time it might even become annoying. How many will you talk? Expose them. There is something we call book is like a window. Book is like a mirror. Book is like a sliding door. Expose them to this to discover. If you're like by teen, if you look there is one teen, whatever you see. I will I'll start getting. So what I'm talking, you will be hearing it from now is direct source. You'll be hearing it from another person. You will still hear from another person. And you know what you read? Some books, especially books of diversities, right? Maybe if it is about a boy, there is one reading now, a boy called, if you have a child that has physical disability, right? You can get a book of maybe like someone, okay, the disability is not a limit. It just makes us different. That you have hand, I don't have hand, it doesn't make us, it doesn't make me unreasonable person. The only thing is that I am different from you. And that is why it's a shame when you see people seeing like this in Nkubi, something on Facebook, on social media. People are looking at the child and mocking him. Number one, it shows level of inexposure of people. It shows highly level of inexposure. That's number one. Number two, it shows like super low IQ of individuals. There are many, something the man did not like, he has no control over. If maybe he wore the child a dirty clothes, you are talking of dirty clothes because he has option to wear the child, wash the clothes, and the clothes is new. But a structure he has nothing to do, and people are opening their mouth to say ill. What I will use to respond to things like that is, and is very strong, because people usually attract onto themselves the cause of the society. And what I will use to respond to things like that is, Nenu ha ndobi okpo ndajuru aju n'obi chukwu. Such hearts. Nenu ha ndobi okpo ndajuru aju n'obi nnamo. Ndajuru aju n'obi chukwu. Such personalities, ndajuru aju n'obi chukwu, cankerworms. That is, by the way. So what are we talking about? Books, what you are trading, if you use just you, no matter how educated, how exposed you are, it is still one perspective. Now, if you are a reader, bookworm reading, it is still, you translating it. But when a child discover, you know what you discover by yourself, right? Is a ball game altogether. It's a different ball game altogether. However, again, what you can do, reward the child. Give the child a book. Ask a child, okay, if you finish this book, I will give you something. So what would you want me to give to you to read this book? Just make sure it's something reasonable. Let the child not tell you, hey, I will not wash plates. That's no. It's just maybe if if the child wants a princess dress, right? You can now offer the child 3 books. Say, okay, come to me every evening, read for 20 minutes. Okay, for the next 1 month, if you finish this book, okay, by the end of it, I'll buy you princess this. So the child will earn it. You see that? Not just earning it, okay, but by that 1 month, the child, they say when the perfect comes, the imperfect disappears. The child will adopt certain habits, reading habits, okay, and you all proceed from there. I don't know if that makes sense. So where are we? Mr. Ogechi, what another question? Mr. Ogechi, question. And as an adult, okay, all these things, if you don't do it, they will be like a rocket science. Okay, you don't have to start mighty. What I am challenging you, if you are willing, just pick any good book.
Okay, somebody asked you a question.
Hold on. Just
Okay,
pick any good
now,
book.
can you show more
Hold on.
wisdom on the word give and never lack?
I will. Hold on. So, what I will challenge you, okay? Let me not go 10, even though it's 10 minutes a day, but let me just tell you, go 5 minutes a day. Start with 5 minutes a day. Pick any good book. Go to market, just pick any good book. Even if it's animal for just anything book. Pick book of Proverbs. This one, everybody has Bible, right? Now pick Bible. Go to book of Proverbs. Just read 5 minutes. Set your alarm. If it gets to 5 minutes, don't read 6 minutes. Just because why building this, you have to build it with consistency. Don't read and say it's now too sweet and then you will exhaust it. No. If it is 5 minutes, once it's 5 minutes, stop where you stop. The next day, okay, you can do this before you go for work. The next day, wake up the same time, read 5 minutes. Do this for 1 month. Let me hear from you. I tell nobody is born with all these things. You see these things? Nobody is born. Many of all these things is just habits. Either your parents helped you to cultivate, build the habits. Either maybe your work makes you, to eat one way or the other, and then by so doing, it becomes part of you. And the book is a mirror. Book. In book, every hidden thing hides. In books, you get it all. So that will be my response to that. So, Mr. Ogechi, what's the question? Mr. Ogechi, go ahead with that question. Mr. Ogechi, you cannot hear me? What's going on today? Mr. Ogechi, Osinya Bayeli Emirika Owe, you are on a live program.
Okay, ma'am, can you throw more wisdom on the word give and never lack?
I will go briefly on it because I actually we've talked about this and there's something like this. I want it to be a fresh topic, but givers never lack. And like I put on a Lagos state, that givers lack. If you give with wrong intention, you go lack. That I go lack. If you give, let me give so that maybe Chris Luchi will see you and give you business support. You go lack because Chris Luchi will not even see you. If you give so that the community will give you this, it doesn't work. If you give so that people can see you, it does not work. Just ask God, Father, I want to be a giver. Father, I want to touch life. Just go and connect with God. Just go and make that decision. Go and make that decision. I want to sincerely touch lives. I know I don't have much. At my SS1, SS2, I didn't have. I saved, pocket money they will give you to go to secondary. How much is that? But if I could save it in that one semester and came and gave life a meaning in the correct prison, then you can do it. You just haven't decided. You just have not made that decision to touch lives. You can. You can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. It's not, it hasn't been a priority to you. It's because it's not a priority until it becomes a priority. You will find how. Many often, what we want to do, we go ahead and do it. Things we don't want to do, we give excuses. If you are giving because I just want to give, you might give, maybe one of the days God can somehow, But if you are giving it because I know one day they will see me to give me that, or they will see me to give, it doesn't work. Even if they give that to you, maybe for any reason they give that to you, now who they fool who? It doesn't hold water. But giving is just like going to that prison. Did I go to that prison? Maybe. Do I know any of them? Or maybe for them? Nope. I've been going to the hospital. Was I going to the hospital for people to? Nope. Many often I wouldn't even want to see those people. Before this community, many things I was doing it with as an anonymous. Many things I was doing it under anonymous, including huge. You all don't know. Maybe a few, very, very, very few people. When givers never lack. When you give with chicky, you have to feel it. But first, go ask God, go connect. Father, I want to touch lives. Help me, direct me. Please, I said, I want to make a difference. I know I don't have much. I know, yes, but from little I have, I just want to use it. I want to be part of giving life a meaning, or making sure go and connect. Just go and connect. Ask for hunger to give. Ask for hunger to serve. Just ask for that hunger. By the time that grace comes, if you are like, let every person in this community be getting a business support every day and every month, is none of your business. It is not. You won't care. Givers never lack is genuine. When it's not just givers, it's not just giver, because we cannot fool God. Your intention matters. And the many often when you are still doing it in that sincerity, it's still God will know when you will need it. And go to someone, maybe from the community as well, go place that, go do something. Just like what happened here yesterday wasn't regular, but I don't want to be there because I don't know what it is. So givers never lack. It's not just givers. The heart you give with, your intention. Yes. Your intention is yes. Your intention is yes. If not, we go to spin around. I tell us. We go the spin around. Even if take it, give it, we go spin around. Even if you still try to acquire it all before you choose, excuse me, will still not be satisfied. Satisfactions come from fulfillment. The moment we start fulfilling our purpose, that's where satisfaction comes. That's where the genuine. You also, I shared with you the support, the kind of family support, the kind of the circle, friends support, the kind of, but above all, when I came to that of spiritual, do you see what I did? Because I've been in a situation whereby all those people, no matter what they do, I won't even talk to them, because at that point, even if you talk, whatever, I just have to go. That's the dwelling secret place of the Most High. At that point, I don't even know what it is. I'm just like, like overwhelming. 24 hours is not enough. Everything I'm so, I don't even, at that point, it's just, this here is like, it's even stopped processing. Like, it's just so, all I need is just to go there. And I will just be, God, please help me, help me. I don't, you come in, it's just, maybe I might say that and say that and say that. You see me at the end of the day, I fall asleep. I'll wake up brand new. I'll wake up full of both energy. I'll wake up full of both, like a new chapter. That's a lot can be processed, a lot can be, right on, a lot. Okay. So givers never lack. If you are giving with intention that you will not lack, you go lack. Because as a giver, it didn't say receiver. Giver. Did it say giver to receive? Giver is to throw it and go your way. Yeah, why would that? It's a seed. You sow seed and go your way. Do you sow seed? I'm looking to harvest it right away. You sow, you are doing noble things. And every good thing has its reward. How it pleases God. It may not come back as cash. It may come back as longevity. It may come back as, wisdom. It may come back in different diet. God knows where it will play a big role. And that's what it is. So that's that livers never lack. But if you give her, and we are here dragging one gig, and they try to find that means for 1 week, we givers, I hail you up. Mr. Ogechi, what's another one? We are clocking 2 hours, though. I'm not staying here 3 today. And okay, I'm going to apply this to my kids. That's very good. And if you do that, okay, I don't mind. Okay, you can reach your admin and tell me the progress. Okay, reach your admins and tell me the progress. Okay. Miss Ogechi is here just laughing. Miss Ogechi, say, give me the question.
Okay. Yeah.
Miss Ogechi, I'm listening. Yes, disability is not a limitation, because there is ability in disability. There is
Fear,
ability in disability.
fear has been a biggest obstacle in the life of people. Please. Oh my God. Fear has been the biggest obstacle in the life of people. Please, ma'am, can you throw more wisdom on that?
Fear. Uh, Let me say something. Let me use what happened yesterday as an example. Many of them we just don't pay attention. 2 things I will tell you before making any decision. Number one, okay, is that decision impactful? Is that decision impactful? That's number one. If it is impactful, because many of them we go on selfish things. Okay, decision, is it impactful? That's number one. Number two, are you happy about it? If yes, move on. You want to go back to school as an adult, for example, that is impactful, right? And if you look from now till maybe 5 years or 2 years or 4 years, you may not be able to pay all the school fees, may not be able, but maybe you can try, right? But you may not be able to finish all the school fees, right? Now, number one, it is impactful, and you will be happy to go back to school, right? And you have checked your pockets. You may be able to afford it, but it's going to be difficult. Now, that difficulty is fear. But I tell you, and definitely you need that education. So I will tell you, go for it. Difficult is okay, because whatever that matters, anything that counts is meant to be difficult. Anything that matters, then it becomes a child's play. Okay? You will figure it out. Once you see, you already set some of foundation to it, how you can lay just make sure you have, you set foundation. How you can lay the blocks, don't worry about it. Once you will be happy doing it, and once that decision is impactful, go ahead. Fear, many often, is actually the enemy, not the journey, not what you are to do, but the fear is actually the enemy. Okay? I don't know if that makes sense. That would be my response to that. If you want to start business and fear is coming, number one, ask yourself, do you have knowledge of this business? You don't have knowledge of it. So what's the necessary thing to do? Is to go get the knowledge. If it is to sell something, you might just go to who sells it, and maybe take some months, depending on what it is, to learn it, right? After learning it, you see, selling this will help me to support my family. That's one. And you will be happy that you're able to do this to support the family, right? So you'll be happy doing it. That's two. And then you have you don't have huge amount, but you have small, and that small can start it up. And fear will be like, oh, what if you start it up? Will it be enough? Will you be able to buy if money include? That's distraction, and those are fears, and those are the problem, not the starting of the business. So I hope this is helpful. Okay. So let's see. Let me go down. Mr. Ogechi has left again. Yes, reading makes us travel to different places while staying in just one place, because you will learn a lot about different people and culture. Thank you so much. Diversity. Thank you so very much. Even this abroad, give your child even book, about your child will come to America and they go around through book. That's window. We open that window and see different places, including anywhere. Exactly. That's power. And we'll, so that a lot, the child will be able to, the child will be able to explore, will be able to explore the world around them without being there present. So that's very important. Okay. Miss Ogechi, I don't think we still have any. I'm going down. Yeah, yes. Just start it. Yeah. If you don't have knowledge for it, once you have hunger for it, like passion for it, just start it. Start it, and just have the basic. Just like when we're starting this organization, I have to make sure I have, some little things to, hold on to it before it started falling in place. I'm knowing, okay, yeah, I have, some things I'll, sustain it for the next maybe 1 year, or 2 years. Yeah. Uh-huh. But then just starting it and then going on people's door to knock. Well, the noble thing should have maybe start up something, that I will use to be funding it, and at least try it 1 year. That's test of time. Test yourself with it. Uh-huh. Test yourself with it. Because it's not just, if not, you might see yourself eating people's money. You might see yourself betraying everywhere, so it's very important. So just have the foundation, the basic stuff, and then this is your a passion and all of those. It wasn't even when I wanted that it came, but that passion, and then go, I will equip you. If I was looking at those fears, it wouldn't have been possible even up till today, but go, I will equip you. I didn't ask the rest of questions. I just checked the basic, where can I, run this from there? Where can I, put all those together? And we moved. And today we are thankful to God. And I even have to check the parts. Okay, if I, here is hard, do I have, so you know what I mean? So just check those basics and then go ahead. Okay, I don't think we have another question. Is here is talking about fear, 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 fear. No further question. Mm. And when you're starting up something, make sure you nurture that, okay? Even some of us starting food item or small business, if you are as a business person, you need to learn how to smile. As a business person, you need to learn how to smile. You need to learn how to smile because it's part of business marketing. You have to smile. If you don't smile and if people come, it's just like giving life a meaning. When our people used to go to outreaches, every person, their face will be like people that are more than, I'm like, what is this? Our life need to receive meaning before, if I see you, your life don't look meaningful. No, don't give mine. So it starts with a smile. You want to give life a meaning. Just like Bisogechi will get this agap teeth, right? She will get it big, Yeah, I would ask you, okay, this life looks meaningful. So, yeah. But if I go and squeeze it and squeeze it like a militant, oh no, you come to give my life a meaning. I will tell you that your life need meanings. That you even need my help. So your life will first receive meaning before you will, because they can't give what you don't have, right? So let's see the question. What can you do when a child reads and do not understand what he or she reads or studies about? So please, what is the way out? Now, let me be honest to us. There is something we call what is the
Okay,
name?
somebody asked a
Hold
question,
on.
Ma.
Togechi, hold on. In reading, and this thing starts from when we are little, okay? And unfortunately, many of us, okay, that grew up in all these third countries and all of, we all are affected. That's number one. Number two, here, English as a second language, okay, also has own uh, impacts, okay? And those teachers then, you cannot give what you don't have. Those teachers then, they were equally limited, okay? So at the end of the day, there were a lot of hands than good. okay, that affected so many, almost everybody. There are different like learning disabilities, and many of them, they are those basic. Because in adults, even if you reach to PhD, okay, they can go back to start teaching you what do you call it, phonological and morphological. They won't go there. That is how to sound, phonological, how to sound the phonetics, like from those sounds, how to, they will not do that. And those things are actually where learning starts from. And then before they get it to the comprehension aspect, that's the morphological, okay? So many of all these things, when a child reads without understanding, these are things we call learning gaps, learning bridges. So those bridges are there. Now, we have to do what we call damage control, okay? What we can do, when you give a child, start from small, basic. Start from basic, okay? Basic, as even as simple as Eze goes to school. It doesn't have to be the title, I just use it, okay? Now start from it and be intentional. Be intentional, okay? Give the child a book, okay? Now, you may start different ways. You can give the child a book, you can get the book, okay? Now, as a parent, you can ask the child, what is the title? The child will say the title, okay? You can ask what is the author. You ask where is the front, where is this? You can ask with as simple as, okay, just basic questions. What are you doing? Number one, you are drawing the child's interest. It's the only interest that can encourage the child, okay? The child has to have interest to be engaged in that book. And if you're starting up the child with the things the child doesn't know, that is more discouraging. So start with the basic child, the basic things the child can answer, okay? So you can now ask the child, so who is the author, right? And all of that. Now you say the child, from the title of the book, can you predict what the story is all about? Allow the child. Now, if a child says something, even if it's way abstract, don't just say, no, you failed it. Just say, good try. Encourage the efforts by saying, good or nice try. Okay? That will draw more attraction, more engagement, or more interest. Now, the child will share this. Then you can share your own and say, well, that you think, do your own prediction. You think this book will say so thing and all of those. Now, after that, I will encourage, don't overwhelm the child with too many information in those books. Okay? What you can do, take like 2 pages. I shared with you all, my parents spent a lot to take me in Anambra then, and then in Oka, location, at least number 1 best schools. But guess what? I was equally failed. School equally failed me. And my parents are not government workers, they're entrepreneurs. Okay? Now, it's different from people, maybe their own parents are teachers, because they can know maybe what to instruct. However, even though they were entrepreneurs, my dad is still employs someone to teach us, someone that, he pays. He bought board, like, this blackboard, big one. But you give it to somebody, right, to teach your kids without accountability, because you believe teachers know all. You see that you cannot teach what you don't know. Okay? And those gaps we are still not, filled in. I'm now taking your child to this best school and all of those, right? And it was here that I shared with you all of the man that had a, I think he had an accident or something. And then at the end of the day, he didn't come to school for the whole section, a whole physics. You know what physics is? Physics instructor. And we didn't have almost in my SS2. I don't know if we did that physics like 2 times. Do you know the negative impact? Do you know the damage? Now, is my dad aware of this? And I say it's a shame to the school. Today, I can talk about this. Today, I can, because I have known better. I have been exposed and I have done other intention. That's why I say we continue to learn. I have done some other self-developmental journey because I can identify all those, right? And you know all these things, even if you are a genius in them, if you don't practice them, if you stop practicing, you will start losing them. Okay? Now, did I allow those to limit me? No. I went on a journey. After discovery, I didn't stop. I embarked on a journey that to his glory. I am where I am, and I am going to where I am heading to. Okay? One day we will share better stories. It doesn't matter how far you have gone to start all over. No matter how far you've gone, and you know there is foundation, you know there are gaps, get back. There is one of my case during COVID, they read from home, gap created. And I've noticed that gap, but my own time, I'm struggling with time. Sometimes, after they finished, I will now have him 1 hour from 9 to 10. He sleeps, little late so that I can work with him. And me, after doing that, I will embark on my other activities and all of those, so every day then I was sleeping like 2 hours and then I did something different. I employ a different hand and I monitored it, and we will be able to fill in that gap. Okay? So now, what am I saying here? And today is part of my awesome, my happiness, because maybe if I didn't encounter those, maybe I wouldn't have done all these things to this extent, or passionately talking about this, or passionately and be boldly saying that every child is a genius. It is still through my discovery that I knew, or I discovered that indeed every child is a genius. Okay? Because my dad provided this, but for some reasons, it was what it was. People handed it over, couldn't give more than this. The school gave, it wasn't just me. There are many, it wasn't just me. Okay? And at the end of the day, like I said, where you discovered, okay, you start fixing. And it hurts most. Why do it hurt most? Is that when your parents must work so, like, put you a place that's supposed to be standard, and then you will have failed. Okay? And anyways, so now for this child, okay? So what I will encourage, don't overwhelm the child. The overwhelming the child will cost more hands. So what you will do, you all can go by 2 pages. Start with 2 pages. When you get the 2 pages, read maybe 2 sentences and analyze. Before analyzing, ask the child of what they understand. Start creating critical thinking. Okay? You can say, what do you think author is saying here? Okay? You can ask the child, maybe, what is the new word, like new vocabulary you grabbed here? Okay? And any new vocabulary, okay, the child, the point, or you ask the child the word you don't know, search it up in Google. Okay? And they tell the child what that word is. You can write it down, Okay, but it's good. Just do that and tell the child what that is. And that's why you have to start with a smaller book, like a kind of less vocabulary books. Okay. And then you all go again. So in between, ask questions. The questions mustn't be perfect, but in between, ask questions. In between, even if you will read one page, okay, ask questions. Then by the time you all will finish, ask the child what the child understood, okay? And from that, you can give the child from that one page just 2 questions. You can write it, okay, like a sentence, ask the child, and then go there, ask the child, and then still include, okay, what is the title, okay, and you can still say what is the author's name, but make sure you all talk about it. And then when you are reading, when you are referring, instead of saying author, you can say, if the author is maybe Oluchi POB, you can say, so what do you think Oluchi POB, okay, or Oluchi the author is trying, is want the reader to know here, something like that, so that by the time you will give the child maybe the author's name, the child will be able, at least even if he or she doesn't get others right, that author, he can get it right, okay? Because if he fails all, that's another discouragement, and such issues is a journey, okay? That will be my this thing, how you can walk the child. Another way you can, okay, look for an English teacher. If you get an English teacher, okay, talk to the English teacher and tell the English teacher that you notice that this your child, okay, has language learning and literacy development gaps. Okay, tell the teacher about that. And what you can now do, what the teacher can do is to start from basic. The teacher can help the child how to, okay, understand comprehension. The teacher can work the child on how to understand the comprehension. An English teacher or literature teacher can do this. And I tell you, find someone that can do this, I will pay for this. Okay? Let's do it as 1 month. Like we put the person, that teacher, on a 1 month, stuff, so that can happen. Okay? I am touched by this. I am very touched by this, because a champion, that child deserves a champion in his or her life. But unfortunately, these people that were supposed to be champions, they failed. Okay? So if this is your child, if this is not your child, sit with the parents and advise the parents, because if it is a classroom, it's hard for teacher to fill in such gaps. It's hard for teacher to fill in the elementary gaps in advanced class. No. So that would be my response there. Okay. Remember, in reading, we have what we call emergence, followed by the beginning, following by transitional, intermediate, before we get to proficiency, that is fluency. Okay? So I hope this helps. So let that child go back and learn what we call components of oral language development. Components of oral language development. That is the gap, what the child is lacking. And without that, it's going to be a struggle. Even if it will still haunt that child later. And I tell people, no time is late if you're going to get someone to start teaching you, no time is late. Pay for just that teaching to fill in this basic. No time is late. No age is too late. Okay? Even if it's once or twice a week, 1 hour. If you have shop, let the person come to your shop. Okay? once or twice. If you feel uncomfortable, the person might now, take your name, like messing with your name. But it shows low IQ of such person. But what you can do contracts of confidentiality letter form the person. You all go on contract so that that person don't just mess with your name. But I tell you, if people choose to mess with your name because maybe it's unprofessional and they shame, because where you are does not matter so much. Where you are coming from does not count. What matters is where you are going. Where you are going. And for you as an adult to make such a paradigm shift, do you know what it is? It's a high level of personal development. Okay, so that will be that. But anyways, we have stayed and we have tried, and I believe it is worth it. Okay, thank you everyone for your time, and I believe we will definitely do more of this, because it's not just about teaching and teaching, but it's about addressing people's basic needs. What people, once in a while, maybe we do that, but I think this question and answer will continue so that we can be able to recap and be able to address many basic life needs. Okay. So thank you, everyone. Miss Goodness, please, let's get 2 gigabytes, okay, to the members, because I know I don't really have to do this all the time. We do program, but I believe it is worth it. But from me to you all, do have a wonderful time and enjoy the rest of your weekend.